the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Academy. I'm Hidon Gracie.
And I'm Henner. There have been many triangles used in the UFC, but few as memorable as the one that Nate Diaz used to put out Kurt Pellegrino. We gotta break it down. Very memorable. So what happened is, it ended up in a situation where Kurt was kneeling, had the single leg, and looked to basically stand up with the single leg, and what he wanted to do was pick Nate up right here, high crotch, maybe dump him, lay him down, and take the position. But Nate was too clever for that. When he picked up the single, Nate took this foot, hooked it to the outside. By the foot being on the outside, it creates the possibility for the triangle. Check it out. As Kurt put the hips into it and picked him up, Nate went for the front headlock, and this leg came over the shoulder and crossed his legs.
Now, this could have been a time to slam right now, but for some reason he didn't. He just put him down. He put him in the guard.
Yeah, it's almost like, it was very interesting how Kurt didn't slam fully, and he kind of cooperated there. As soon as they landed in triangle setup, which is when you have the feet crossed, but not fully locked, as soon as they landed here, you see Nate go up, grab his foot, he wrenched it on, and he locked it. And traditionally, to choke the triangle, you have your leg, you squeeze the legs, you pull the head, and you thrust your hips. All three of those together generate incredible power, vascular neck restraint, pressure the arteries and veins, and they go to sleep. Okay, 6 or 7 seconds, they're out. But when Nate locked it up right here, he did not grab the head. He started celebrating. Now, what this means is Nate has what we call the snake squeeze, okay? And that's when you have, basically your legs are so familiar with triangles that without even using your hands, watch my legs. It works. Just the leg constriction alone, like a boa constrictor on its prey, is enough to render your opponent unconscious. So when Nate landed here, he started flexing his legs, and he was already in celebration mode. He was like, boom, sub, didn't even touch the head, holding, and then his friend passed out right here, or get tapped out, and the fight was over. He let go, and he already knew it.
Like you said, lots of experience with triangles.
Big time. Basically, Nate knew there was no chance of escape. Because if not, he wouldn't have celebrated so early. Very respectable. I don't think I've ever seen anybody celebrate so early. And I don't know if we'll ever see it again, but it was fun to watch. Now, one thing that our friend Kurt, Kurt, takedown, jiu-jitsu, wrestling is remarkable. But one thing that, had he known that Nate was going to be so crafty with the flying triangle, he might have, once he realized this outside hook right here is what was setting Nate up for the possibility of a flying triangle. Because think about it, this leg is outside, which means it's possible that it goes to the back, which means triangle. And all this leg has to do is get over the shoulder. So if you pick me up right now, I'm gonna fly it over, as Nate did so beautifully. One thing that Kurt could have done here was pulled this leg out, switched from the single leg, ducked his head, and went right to the knee tap here for the double leg. Boom! And taking him down. Just for those watching out there who could have wondered, what could Kurt have done differently from a takedown perspective? The answer is, went from the single back to the double, not tried to pick up a single where it leaves one arm in and one arm out.
And would the slam have worked?
I don't think it would have worked on Nate.
I don't think so either. Because I think, like you said, someone like Nate who's so good at jiu-jitsu and been around so long, he's been thrown around many times.
Yeah, so especially, he's a lighter guy.
Keep his head tucked and know how to keep his head from bouncing off the ground. So even the slam would have almost been more draining than helpful in that situation.
And I think Kurt knew that. That's why he didn't slam. He was like, man, this guy's too crafty for the rampage slam. So he kind of put him down, and Kurt was almost putting him down. It looked like he was putting him down, thinking, oh, shoot. Now what? I'm gonna have to figure my way out. And he knew it wasn't gonna be a crazy escape. It had to be technical. But once Nate took those long legs, got the full lockup, the party started. Dang, what a beautiful fight. And until that triangle, Kurt had it pretty much under control.
Yeah, he was fighting so well.
So much respect to both guys, but Nate's craftiness, wow, something special. Thanks guys, keep it real.